Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Kayla and I do videos on my life, from college videos to bunny videos, which is the video today. So today's video, I'm going to talk about foods that bunnies can and cannot have, and I will also include in the description some websites that talk about some of these foods, just in case I can't cover all of them. So I want you to be able to look at them if you need to. So now let's get on to the video. First things first, what should your bunny's diet consist of? Your bunny's diet should consist of hay, unlimited, veggies, greens, fruit, and pellets if you choose to put your bunny on pellets. You can get a number of hay. There's so many different types of hay that you can use as long as your bunny has unlimited hay. I can make a video if you guys are interested in a more in-depth video on the different types of hay, but there's alfalfa hay, there's timothy hay, there's just mixtures of hay. So there's so many different options out there. So whichever one that you feel more comfortable with. If you are allergic to bunny, people typically go towards I think it's timothy instead of alfalfa, but you just have to look up what kind of hay fits with allergies. So if you are allergic, as long as you always have hay available for them, that is good. The best way I do that is by putting the hay in Apollo and Aries litter box, like you can see here, just so that it's always available for them. They can use the bathroom while they're eating, because that's usually what they do, is use the bathroom the most while they're eating their hay. So after hay, you then want to give your bunnies pellets. Now, not everyone gives their bunnies pellets, so if your bunnies weren't raised on pellets, it's not necessarily detrimental to their health. You can also start to wean them off of pellets if you do want to give them less pellets. But sometimes the bunny needs the pellets for that nutritional value if you aren't giving them their fruits and veggies every day. The amount of pellets you give your bunny varies depending on the size of your bunny, and then what kind of pellets depends on you and ultimately the age of your bunny. So if your bunny is younger, you'll give them alfalfa pellets, whereas if they're older, you'll give them timothy pellets. And then the amount varies on your bunny's weight. So people will often say, oh, well, if your bunny's a baby, then you can just leave pellets in their bowls all the time, like have it completely filled. I do not recommend that, just because your bunny will eat the pellets sometimes more than they'll eat the hay, so that can prevent them from eating hay, which is more important to their health than the pellets are. So what I've always done is I've always given my bunnies a little bit, and I usually do it based on their weight. So for example, right now Apollo and Aries both weigh about 6 pounds and they're under a year old, so I give them alfalfa pellets and I give them about 1/4 a cup each. So that's how much I give them through the day, whereas if they were about 12 pounds each and they were over a year, I would give them timothy pellets and I'd give them about 1/2 a cup a day. So it ultimately varies on the size of your bunny. A link down below in the description for another site that kind of lists like the age and what kind of pellets, and then weight and what kind of pellets by that, just so that you guys can look at that to figure out how much you should be giving your bunny if you choose to put them on pellets. The next thing that your bunny's diet should consist of is greens. So as far as greens, it varies a lot depending on what types of greens you can give them. So there's a few rules that you kind of want to keep in mind when it comes to greens. First of all, almost all lettuce is good for them except iceberg lettuce. Iceberg lettuce can harm your bunny severely to the point of death, just because it has absolutely no nutritional value, and because there's a certain chemical in the iceberg lettuce that can cause your bunny's digestive system to like slow down and stop working. So the best rule to remember for lettuces is the more color, the better. You want your lettuce to have color. So for people that get their lettuce from the store, typically there's containers of mixes of lettuce, and that's usually the best to get. And then if you grow it, of course, just grow lettuces that have more color, so like spring mix color or spring mix lettuce types. Second type of green, spinach, kale, and collards. The rule for that is give them little bits of that, just because it can cause gas. And some rabbits' stomachs and digestive systems also don't agree with it. So when you are trying some of these things for the first time, only give them that in a small amount, and then wait a few days to see how they react to it, whether or not their poop looks different or their pee looks different, or if they're not drinking, stuff like that. You want to look out for those things after you try a different thing for them. And this goes to all new things that you give your rabbit. You want to try fruits and veggies and all that stuff, and you want to try it a little piece at a time and look to see how your bunny is reacting to it. Finally, the different types of greens is herbs. So almost all herbs are good for rabbits. A lot of them even have like different health benefits. For example, lemon balm and lavender you can give to your rabbit, and it can have a calming effect. I often give Apollo and Aries lemon balm and lavender. At first they weren't a huge fan of it, but they eventually ate it. So your rabbit may not be into different herbs just because of the strong smell or scent. If that's the case, don't try to force it on your rabbit. Just let them eat what they want to eat. If they don't want to eat it, then just take it away and don't let them eat it, because they just choose. Like with us, we have different tastes and likes and dislikes in food, and rabbits are the same way. Some rabbits don't like it, some rabbits do. So you just got to figure out what your rabbit likes and what your rabbit doesn't. But herbs are a good addition to like salad mixtures if you're giving your bunny like a salad mixture to eat in the morning and at night. Adding that extra herb can be beneficial to them. Next, to go along with like lettuces and herbs and stuff like that, is your veggies. These veggies can include different types of vegetables, so these also vary greatly. One thing that your bunny should absolutely not have is nightshade plants. So this is specifically for like the plant itself. Rabbits can have tomatoes without the stem, but only in small amounts. Like any other thing, rabbits should only have these things in small amounts because it can be different to your rabbit, and you want to make sure that your rabbit agrees with it before you try anything. And if you do have any like questions about whether or not a certain thing is okay for your rabbit to eat, look it up. It's always the best way to figure out if your rabbit can eat something or not, is by looking it up on the internet and reading multiple sources, because some sources may say one thing and some say the other. So just make sure you read multiple that say the same thing, just to confirm that your rabbit can or cannot have it. Some other vegetables that are relatively common that rabbits can eat is cucumbers, green beans, green bell peppers, and green peppers. While there are some others out there, those are the most common that people typically grow or can find in the store. Like I said though, give it in small amounts. Don't overwhelm your rabbit with this stuff. Don't give them unlimited amounts of these veggies, because they should be limited. Not as much as fruit, but they should be limited to a certain extent. Lettuce is great for them. You can give them more lettuce than these other vegetables because it has more nutritional value, but there are some veggies that have a lot of nutritional value, so just make sure you're looking up to see if a certain veggie is good for them. Now, there are some veggies that rabbits absolutely cannot have. These include onions, mushrooms, and jicama, which is often referred to as the Mexican turnip or yam. So just stay clear of those. Those are some of the common ones that a lot of people question if they can give their rabbit. There are a few others that are absolutely you should not give to your rabbit, so just make sure you are looking up if it's not one I've listed that is good for them, or if you're not sure. Like I said, I do have in the description below different websites that include some of these vegetables and some of these fruits and like all that stuff that your rabbits can or cannot have, so make sure you're looking in there to see if there's any that you may be questioning, just so that your rabbit stays safe and healthy. So finally is the fruits. Fruit should always be given in small amounts because of the amount of sugar that's in them. These are typically like little healthy treats for your rabbit, so instead of giving them the treats that you find at PetSmart and on the stores and stuff, you can give them fruits as a treat instead, and this can be used to teach them tricks and stuff like that. Some very common fruits that bunnies absolutely love and can have are bananas, apples, kiwi, blueberries, strawberries, almost any berry, blackberries, raspberries, and watermelon. So watermelon is also a very good one to do just because of the amount of water it has in it. It can give your bunny hydration, especially if you take your bunny outside a lot. and it's hot, especially in areas that it is very hot and humid, your bunny needs that extra hydration. Like I said, a lot of fruit is okay for rabbits, but just make sure you're looking it up just to make sure certain fruits that you're trying to give them are good. Most berries are good, and most fruit is good. You just have to look it up. Like, I know mango's good, but in small amounts, just like any other fruit, because of the amount of sugar that's in it. Your rabbit should have a very balanced life and diet. You want them to have all the amount of things, and as you can see from this picture here, this is the typical chart to establish how much of a percentage your rabbit should have of each. Again, it can vary depending on your rabbit and their size and things like that, but this is about the percentage that you have. And you can always ask your vet if you have any questions about how much you should be giving your rabbit, or if you need to give your rabbit something. I also want to mention that getting fruits and veggies can be very expensive, so if you are kind of concerned about the cost of it, because of how much the rabbits eat and how much it costs in stores to eat healthier, you can grow your own garden like we do. We have several different plants that I am able to give to the rabbits, and it is very easy to grow some of these things. So if you worry about the cost, you can grow, but if you just aren't a green thumb and can't grow stuff, you can always just go to buy it at the store, because almost everything is available at the store for you to buy. Also, like I said, keep in mind your rabbit may not like all these fruits and veggies and herbs and stuff like that, so don't force it on them. Just let them eat what they want to eat, and your bunny will stay happy. If you guys have any other questions about rabbits, or want to see any other videos, please comment them down below. I would love to make more videos. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, let me know, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back with more videos. Bye, guys.